afternoon, YouTube. Today we're gonna do the brakes on the DA. You can see it's a little dirty. I'm gonna give it a bath first. We're gonna be going to Brian's shop and using the lift, so we won't be getting the car so dirty. From the building the wing and doing all the cutting and everything and spray painting the inside of the car, it's gotten pretty dirty. Throw all the brake stuff in the passenger, and it's just nice and clean again. In a few minutes we're gonna head over to the shop. I hope you guys can hear me, but now we're gonna be shop bound, and the shop's only about 10 minutes from my house, so we should be all right. But the car's pretty loud. It actually looks a lot better now that it's clean. The white in the video, I don't know if you can tell, but it's really like 3 different shades of white. I will paint the car sooner or later in a video. It'll be like a, you know, cheap paint job, whatever, to make it work for the budget. And let's go get these brakes done. Made it here to the shop, no issues. Temperature's good, everything is good. This thing runs really good. Alright, let's open the hood. I know I didn't show much detail on the header build and everything, but so we have the DA up on the lift. We got the tires off. You see the brakes, rotors, brake lines, and I also bought shifter bushings we're gonna put in today. Time to do some work. Hopefully we can get this thing to stop and roll a lot easier, because the driver front brake line blew out. There's a hole right here. The proportioning valve pushes all the fluid to the passenger rear side, and they don't turn very smoothly. And you can see they're a little on the worn out side. So the first thing we're going to do on these rear brakes is get these screws out that hold them on. A good little trick is you get a long Phillips screwdriver, you get a pair of vice grips, you get a hammer, take your vice grips, put it around your screwdriver, put it into the Phillips screw, and then take your hammer and smack the back of the screwdriver. What that will do is it'll basically torque, and then you turn this and it comes loose pretty easily. A lot of people struggle with them, break them, and then they can't get the brakes off. It becomes a real pain in the butt. But once you do that, they come out fingers pretty easily. Once you get those removed, we'll walk over to the toolbox. We'll grab a 12mm, and on a DA, all the brake caliper bolts should be 12mm. I already cracked them loose. The front's the same way. The front does not have those alignment bolts, so you don't have to worry about it. Now I got this two 12 millimeters removed. Set them over here with my other bolts and grab the caliper. And it still has the e-brake cable connected to it, so it won't actually go far. And let's look how bad these brake pads are. These aren't that bad. What we're gonna have to do next is get behind here, loosen this and this, so that we can get the rotor off the car. So you can see here that this bolt right here is a 17 millimeter. This bolt right here is a 14 millimeter, which tells you somebody's been in here and replaced this before, or stripped and rethreaded the bolt. But it should normally only be 14 millimeter. Once you get these off, the caliper will come off. I mean, the rotor will come off very easy. So now we have this bracket off. Let's go over here and get the rotor. Should come off just easy like that. And let's come over here and compare it to the new one. These rotors I ordered are from Brake Motive. They come all pre-bagged and packaged and everything, and they actually tell you which way they're supposed to go. A lot of people like to put the rotors on backwards. They like to put these vanes going in. Well, this is supposed to carry the dirt and brake dust and shove it out and get rid of it. The difference is going to be amazing. The brake pads I went with for the rear match the front. They're ceramic pads from Brake Motive as well. Another good tip to do is pull the sliders out, and you see how dry they are? Put a little grease on these. It'll make the brakes work a lot better. They'll a lot more free floating. And also to remember to put some little, you know, anti-seize on these bolts. So if you ever have to service the brakes again, it'll be a lot easier on you. So I got my anti-seize, got my grease on there. Nice and easy to move, nice and easy. Should be a lot better for the brakes. Now it's to get to putting them on. So I got both of the 12 millimeters out here and here to pull the front caliper off. As you can see, it doesn't come off easy. Once you get the caliper off, remove this 17 millimeter right here and this 17 millimeter right here, and then you get the caliper bracket off. And we're going to do the same thing we did on the rear. We'll grease this, anti-seize these bolts, anti-seize these bolts, anti-seize those bolts, and install the new rotors and brake pads. So to compress the brake caliper so the new pads will fit, I just got a 4-inch C-clamp, the old brake pad, and put the caliper up here. And all we're gonna do is just turn this thing in. And to get all the fingerprints and everything off so the brakes can bed properly, we're gonna get some brake part cleaner and just now we're gonna get to the stainless steel rear brake lines. So the first thing you're gonna do is remove the 12 millimeter bolt here and 12 millimeter bolt here to get the brake line loose. Then we're gonna have to break loose this 14 millimeter here and this brake line here. So now that we have all the brakes on the DA, the first technique we're going to do to bleed the brakes is called a gravity bleed. Basically what you do, fill the reservoir all the way to the top, you crack the front two bleeder screws because the car is even, and you basically wait until you see brake fluid, and then the front two are filled. Once you do that, you go to the back, you can repeat the process. There's a few other processes we might try to bleed the brakes because we drained the complete brake system. We left no old school reservoir fluid in the reservoir, and we're updating the brake fluid to .4 fluid, so we should have no problems with the braking. So when the DA had bad motor mounts, you see the shift fork hit the chassis of the car and it bent the bracket. So we're going to install this 1033 poly and resolve that issue. So this is the bushing that came out, you know, perfect condition, and this is what we put back in. So this is the bushing that came out of the front. We already slid the polyurethane in there and tightened her down with a 12mm, and now the shift rod is solid. So here's the old brake lines, and right there is where she exploded. So now that we're home, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the basic brake overhaul of the DA. The shifter bushings felt really good on the way home. If you like the content, like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.